For this tutorial, I would like to talk to you about how to progress monitor using Google Docs. We will discuss what Google Docs is, how to set up a spreadsheet for progress monitoring, and how to collaborate with other team members. What Google Docs is. Google Docs is a free, web-based office application software offered by Google. It is very similar to Microsoft Office, except it is free and more accommodating with collaborating and sharing. It offers you the flexibility to collaborate and edit with others in real time. All of the collaborators can see who made what alterations or additions to a project. Also, you do not have to use up storage space on your computer because the data is stored and protected in the cloud. How to set up a spreadsheet for progress monitoring. Before we log into Google, I would like to show you the data we will graph on the spreadsheet. This is a sample data summary sheet I use in my class. I transfer the weekly data from my individual data sheets onto this sheet. This allows me to keep track of the data in case I need to modify instruction. Also, it is easy for me to see if a student is approaching criteria for mastery. The data we will graph today is answering comprehension questions. Before you can use Google Docs, you need to set up a Google account. You would do that by clicking this button and signing up. However, if you already have a Gmail account, you would use that login information to access Google Docs. The icon you would look for is this square with 9 dots. Okay, I have logged into Google and now I am going to click on the icon to access Google Docs. Here you can see the numerous options for Google applications. Here's Google+, Google Search, YouTube, Google Play, Gmail, and they give you a lot of other options if you continue to scroll down. But we need Google Drive. To start a new spreadsheet, go to Create, and then click on Spreadsheet. This is our spreadsheet that we are going to use as our blank slate for progress monitoring. The first thing that I'm going to do is come up here and name the spreadsheet. I am going to name this spreadsheet Johnny's Comprehension. Now, as you can see, the data saved immediately. Now let's fill in the chart with our data. As you can see, the data for answering comprehension questions only go through session 4. So we will come over here and name column A the session number. And start entering the sessions. Number 0 is going to represent my baseline. So I want to create this graph so that I can continue to enter the data. So I'm going to let it go beyond session 4. What I did was I highlighted 3 numbers, and I'm going to drag all the way down until the field continues to fill in with numbers. So now once I graph my data, it will continue to fill in on the chart. In column B, that is going to be our percent of independent responding. Okay, Johnny had 5% for baseline. Actually, what I'm going to do is pause this and fill in the data, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I have filled in the data through session 4. So let's create our graph. To create our graph, you can come here to Insert Chart, or you can go to Insert and go down to Chart. Next, we will go to Charts, select Line Graph. We need to go back to Start and specify use column A as our labels. So that's going to be our sessions. Next, we are going to customize the chart. Let's name this chart Johnny's Comprehension. And you can see all the options you have for naming the chart. I'm going to name this axis the session number. And then click here from horizontal to vertical, and we will name this % independent responding. Here you can see you have the option of setting a minimum and a maximum, but we are not going to set a minimum and a maximum right now. We're going to rely on the default, and as we continue to enter our data, once he approaches 100% or 90%, this axis will continue to default. You have the option of changing your line colors, the line thickness, your point sizes, and let's click Insert. Okay, here you can see that Google Docs has put the graph directly into the spreadsheet, but I don't want it directly in the spreadsheet. So I'm going to click on the graph, and then come over here to click on that little arrow, and you will say Move to Own Sheet. Okay, now your graph is in a separate sheet here, and if you click here, you'll go back to your original data. Now let's discuss how you can use Google Docs as a collaboration tool. To share with other team members and parents, you would click Share. Google Docs will give you a link to share with the other team members. Make sure that you change the privacy option to share with anyone who has the link. You can paste the link into emails and send them all over the place, and anyone can access the graph in real time. Another thing that I really like about it is that Google Docs is stored in the cloud. So I don't have to worry about trying to transfer my graph onto a jump drive, or how am I going to enter my data from home if I decide to go home and enter my data. All I have to do is pull up my Google Drive at home, at school, at library, at Starbucks, wherever, and then I can enter my data and upgrade it. I encourage you to play around with Google Docs, play around with collaborating with other team members, and I am confident that you will be sold on using it. Thank you.